Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you this evening with not a beer review, where we're looking at Tennessee whiskey, courtesy of Mr. Bumpy Road Brews. This is Big Moustache.
Big Moustache. This is a Tennessee whiskey coming in at 100 proof. That's 50% alcohol. Comes in a nice, you can't see through this bottle, so you don't know when you finished your whiskey until nothing comes out.
Nothing comes out. It's a heavy bottle. It's a thick glass bottle,
it's a thick
too.
glass, yeah.
It's nice.
Fortes Fortuna Ovat. I'm sure that means something, and I probably just summoned some type of demon. That's it. It says it's high quality, handcrafted, non-chilled, filtered Tennessee whiskey, aged more than 48 months. So that's at least 4 years
so
plus.
4 years. Yeah.
This unique whiskey amplifies the power of time. Distilled, aged, bottled in Tennessee.
Columbia, Tennessee.
Columbia, Tennessee on the back.
Which
yeah.
I'd never heard of Columbia, Tennessee. I was born in Columbia, South Carolina, not Tennessee. So that's interesting. I've never, probably a little small town, putting out some fine Tennessee whiskey. I love the label too. It's like a male. It's kind of got the snake. It looks like, it reminds me of Medusa. Male Medusa is what it looks like.
And it is embossed, so this is all kind of popping out.
Yeah.
I like the cork on this.
Yeah.
Thing. The cork is, I don't know if it's gonna show up because it's black.
No, it won't.
But it's got this
cat. On the cork.
No, there's no cat.
Oh, that was the. I'm sorry. That's a beer. Yeah, never mind.
But yeah, you pop the top out of this one, and it's just a black nipple.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is a top shelf kind of Tennessee whiskey, that originally, what you said, $50+.
It was $53 for the bottle, but it was on sale for $38.
Nice.
So that's why I grabbed it.
It's a good look. How dark that is. This is why I wanted you to bring this over. We were hanging out the other night on an off air, and I saw you pour yourself a shot, and I was like, "That is rich. That is a deep copper color."
Yeah, and it leaves
very deep copper color, which
long windows of, or not
lots
windows,
of alcohol legs.
Alcohol legs, shades. Or drapes, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, because a normal alcohol leg, would go down the glass. This goes all the way around. It's almost like a cobweb type effect. If you, very nice appearance. Oh man,
it's super oaky.
So a lot of people don't know. So it's Tennessee whiskey. You have George Dickel, you have Jack Daniels, you have these products that would legally meet the requirements for a bourbon, but Tennessee whiskey makers have this thing. They don't want to be put in the same category as a bourbon, but this is going to be very bourbon-like, bourbon-esque. And just from that first sniff, it smells a lot like a bourbon.
It's super oak. That's the thing. Is this
very
the
oaky.
oak? The oak has come through. I get oak and honey.
I was going to say oak and toffee, but like a sweetness and the woody character. Maybe a little vanilla too from the oak, so which kind of gives a sweet character to it.
It does have a little burn to the nostrils if you inhale it too deeply, but not as hot. Not as hot as some. I've had some that were only 90 proof that were hotter than this in the aromas. So it is kind of.
I knew this was going to be good just from before you even brought it over. That's why I wanted you to bring it, because I knew this is going to be a winner. It
there's
smells
a little bit of a toastiness to it too.
Oh yeah, toasted oak. I think the toffee, the richness that you get from that, with the vanilla and the toasted oak. Any floral for you?
I get like a slight breadiness.
God, it smells amazing.
Yeah.
And we are not. I don't even know if I'm going to post this review, but probably will.
Well, I mean, if you see it, then it got posted.
If you see it, it gets posted. But I mean, because I don't do a ton of whiskey reviews, Bumpy, you don't do a ton either. But it smells. If Robert the Whiskey Scout was here, he would have about 100 more descriptors. It smells amazing, though. Cheers. That is good. That is
little
good.
bit of fruit. There's a little bit of fruit to it.
I do feel it though swallowing down there. I do feel the burn a little bit in my chest.
Yeah.
The not a burn so much as just a warming feeling going down. Very pleasant. It's not like my esophagus is on fire type of feeling. It's just a pleasant warmth.
It's got a black cherry note to it.
Definitely has a little of a fruitiness. Black cherry.
I get like oak up front, but then there is this like black cherry. The good thing about it to me is it's not medicinal.
Mm-hmm. So oaky. If you like a bold bourbon, like an old granddad, bonded, which would be 100 proof, and this is not legally a bonded bourbon because it's not even labeled as a bourbon, but it's 100 proof. This reminds me a lot of like the old granddad bonded, which I don't even know if they even make it. I haven't seen that in years. It's got a spice to it too. I'd be interested to know what the rye mash bill is with this because it has almost like a rye spicy character to it that you don't get with a lot of standard bourbons. You get more corny, sweet, vanilla. This is more
it's
spicy.
Quite spicy.
It's got a nice spicy.
It's quite heaty.
If you drink it and you kind of, I don't know, like clear your mind and you swallow it down, and that burning type sensation that you get is almost, and I'm not saying that it has that flavor to it necessarily, although I keep sipping on it and I start thinking of it more and more, but like a spicy, like a cinnamon note. Like you get a like that feeling in your mouth, in the back of your throat, has like an apple cider with a cinnamon stick in it, and you drink it down and it's warm and it's got that same effect. I don't think I'm getting.
I'm not picking up cinnamon flavor.
I don't think I'm getting the flavor. That's what I'm trying to say. It has that effect, that spiced cinnamon, hot winter beverage. I don't know. This is why I don't review whiskey.
I get there's definitely like this kind of like melted toffee. I get black cherry. There's like a rye spiciness type thing going on.
Definite rye spice for sure.
So a little bit peppery almost.
I would say that it doesn't.
For days, this is like.
It doesn't. It's super oaky, which I love because I'm a huge bourbon fanatic. I love bourbons, and this has got the bourbon. It's got bourbon written all over it. So does Jack Daniels, by the way. But Tennessee whiskey, 9 times out of 10, I think would probably qualify as a bourbon, but they like to keep their own thing going with the Tennessee whiskey moniker, and they just kind of want to differentiate themselves from the rest of from the bourbon market, which is fine. But by all intents and purposes, as far as I'm concerned, it drinks like a bourbon, like a really good, strong bourbon. Although it is, it's a lot smoother than, which you mentioned this earlier, than the 100 proof. I mean, 100 proof, 50% alcohol. I've had 90 proof that drink a lot harsher than this. This is very smooth for 100 proof. The spice, that burn that I'm getting is not so much from the alcohol as it is from the spice, like that, like a rye component. Like I feel like it's a high rye mash bill. At least that's how I'm picking. That's what it tastes like to me. But I'm really enjoying this. This is nice. I'm glad you got this bottle and got.
I think there is a difference between there is something to do with whiskey and bourbon that makes it one whiskey, one bourbon, and I think it has something to do with the amount of corn. I think that bourbon has to have at least 51% corn, I believe.
Gosh, I don't know.
It does, yeah, because you can have rye, because all ryes are whiskey. Because to be a rye, it has to be at least 51%. So you can't have it be 51% corn and 51% rye. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is. There's probably a higher rye in this, less corn.
There's something to.
That's what makes it whiskey.
Yeah, and I know that Jack Daniels does this, and I'm sure this is probably something to do with it as well. The charcoal filtration. Jack Daniels charcoal filters the shit out of their.
Yeah, this is just a non-chill filtered.
So non-chill filter. So they probably filter through charcoal 4 or 5 times, much like Jack Daniels, to get that extra little bold character from the that charred effect. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But
we invite you to discover this magnificent whiskey. anti-conformist with unparalleled originality, brilliant and strong.
Nice.
The jealous will be petrified. It's a fatal passion.
Nice. So, I don't typically review whiskeys, not in a long time. I drink a lot of them and I enjoy them, so I'm not going to go with a specific numerical rating. I feel like I would be doing a disservice to this product. I will say it's most excellent, which would fall somewhere in the A range. It is excellent. I think you got a hell of a deal on it for $38. This, to me, drinks like a kind of like a high rye mash bill type of bourbon, like almost like a stronger, not necessarily a barrel proof, but stronger than your typical 40%. So a little bit closer to your barrel proof, and then that hot. It's got that spice kick to it, which I really like, and it is so oaky. I love. That's one of the reasons I like bourbon so much is the oak character, the charred oak character that you get, and along with that comes vanilla.
Bourbon and barbecue.
Yeah, this would go great with a Boston butt or a brisket, or I mean, this would be a good whiskey to drink with anything like that. I mean, I would buy it just for the freaking label there. Man, that is amazing.
It definitely sticks out.
Big mustache with the black, thick glass label with the nice cork. So yeah, most excellent, solid A for sure, outstanding product. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, doing like a Tanner, going on Tanner's Mondays show. A lot of times it's 100 score, and you go through everything.
That would be tough.
So this one, I mean, I think it would probably land in the maybe getting close to the 80 range, which is high.
Oh,
yeah.
But would that be indicative of a B though? Good.
I don't
if
know.
You're literally
the highest we've gone is like 81, I think.
Oh. So look at it. So I understand what Tanner's doing. So like I would give it an A. If you're looking at
I'd say this is excellent based off the whiskeys I've had, or the bourbons.
So we're both in So an excellent product. If you could find it for under $40 a bottle, then absolutely get it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not local. I thought when he showed me the bottle, the first thing I thought was that's like a local brand because I'd never seen it. And it is very crafty in a lot of ways, but it's out of Tennessee, Columbia, Tennessee. So chances are, if you're watching this review, if it ever gets posted, then you might be able to find.
Yeah, it was whiskey. New. It was new to us, new to the New Hampshire liquor outlet. So that's why it was so cheap, because that's what they do with new arrivals, is they cut the price on them so that people will buy it.
Give them a try, and then when they get hooked, they jack it up.
Right.
All right, so yeah, that'll do it for this whiskey examination / semi-review, whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Bumpy for sharing this with me. I really enjoyed it. This is one of the better whiskeys I've had in a while. I've got Canadian Club sitting over there. It sure shit blows the hell blows it away. But it's up there with some of the better bourbons that I've had, and it's really enjoyable. I say better bourbons, whiskeys, because it's not technically a bourbon, but it drinks like a bourbon. So anyway, that'll do it for this this review with Bumpy Road Brews here. Thanks for bringing the bottle. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, everybody.